Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, my so-called healthy life, where we're getting in all kinds of shape. Mental shape, emotional shape, physical shape. So, I have some very exciting news today. I woke up and I was 20.2 pounds thinner than I was when I started this diet. Yes, I woke up today and I was 225.4, which is like the thinnest I've been in over 3 years. So this is kind of a big deal for me. My shirts are like, I like, it's really strange, like looking in the mirror, like I don't notice an overwhelming weight loss, and it is only 20 pounds, but that's pretty huge for me, especially since I have gravitated between like 240 and 250 and even above that for the last 3 years. So I'm feeling really proud of myself right now. And no, but I am. I'm like very proud of myself because I've stuck to this. I have turned down situations. Like yesterday, Alex and I were gonna go out to eat, and he was like, I think I'd just rather make a salad. And I said, yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go to the, so we both went to Fresh Time and we got some stuff that we wanted, and we sat at home and watched Project Runway. So I ended up eating healthy. I'm trying to really save going out to eat and the moments that like I'm gonna have cheat days, which I really haven't had huge cheat days except for when we were on vacation. And even then, I still stuck to being a vegetarian and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like I'm doing well on this so far. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm just gonna, there's no stopping me. There's no stopping me now. Okay, so anyway, I mean, you have to have fun with this, right? And one of the fun things has been going to find different kinds of food and what works for me and what doesn't work and things like that. So, and like one of the things, since there's been so much talk about my breakfast that I had the other morning and calories versus this versus that and whatever, is that like, if I don't get up early in the day, I'm not gonna eat the breakfast. Like for me, it's putting my meals too close together. And so then I find myself full, but not wanting to eat too late for dinner. So I'm just gonna eat like a small snack. Like this morning I did that, and then because I got up too late today. But I'm filming in my office today because they're building our patio, and it is literally between the pounding and the dogs barking, I just was like, okay, I have to get out of there for a while. So I've actually just been in my office reading today. I'm reading Eliza and Her Monsters, which is a fantastic book if you're looking for a fun fictional book. But let's just get into something that I want to talk about. I've mentioned a lot about the comments on here, and you guys have been so supportive of me. And I want to make something clear going into this. Like, I want to talk about support that we receive from people in making changes in our life, and not just weight loss changes or dieting, but like any changes in our life, and what to do with certain comments that people will make, right? Because we all know that there will always be that one Debbie Downer that just like puts us down no matter what and wants to put us in our place. And the reason that those people typically do that is they have very low self-worth of their own. So I don't take into consideration a whole lot of what people say. The reason that I'm going to address this today is for other people out there that haven't gone through the scrutiny that maybe I have with like dealing with my addiction. You know, I got sober when I was 22 years old. I've had a lot of people say to me things through the years, everything from you can't just have a beer to like, you know, like, oh, you really haven't been sober that long, to, you know, you're not going to do this for the rest of your life. I mean, everything discouraging that you can imagine. Addiction is not a disease. You know, it really wasn't that bad for you. Like, you know, do you really need to do that? I mean, it's always something negative that I receive from people, or it's the complete opposite and it's something really positive like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. That's a strength, you know, whatever. Thank you for telling your story, on and on and on. But I have received a lot of discouragement in my life. And, you know, a lot of times what I've realized is those people that are most discouraging to me are the ones that have tried to change things in their own life and don't really know how to do it. So instead of coming to me and saying, you know, like, I really struggle with this and I've tried to change this too and I don't know how to do it, what should I do, or what's your experience with that? They just put me in my place, right? And I don't think any of us need negative commentary on our lives. I don't think that really helps us, you know, a whole lot. I think being direct and being educational is very helpful, but not Debbie Downer negativity, right? So I wanted to go into my comments today because I received one comment that really stood out to me, and I wanted to address it, not because it had some huge impact on me, because it's really the only negative comment that I've received through going on this whole thing, but just because I think that, like, for those of you out there that like have family members that are like, oh, here we go again on another diet, you've done 50 diets and all this kind of stuff, keep on doing it. Forget what they say. Don't pay any attention to what they have to say, right? And I want to read some of the comments and give you an example of some things that have been very helpful to me, right? So on my morning diet routine, Lauren said, you can take fruit back after buying it when it has mold on it. So like, I didn't know that. I had joked about taking the mold back, but I didn't know that. And then dieting and learning as I go. It's Emma said, the documentary What's with Wheat is a great place to start. And she's talking about like me educating myself about gluten and things like that, right? So all of this learning experiences. And then Kitty Boo, hey Kitty Boo, said Jerf, just eat real food. Not eating gluten or following Wheat Belly means not eating gluten and other bloating inflammatory foods. Doesn't mean eating factory-made food, more pure, close to nature, natural choices. And like for me, like, okay, that really like, when I'm at the store, then I think, okay, buy more fruits and vegetables. Don't go buy the macaroni and cheese that you might want, or, you know, the bread and things like that. Does that make sense? Like, so these comments to me that you guys are leaving, like here, Maria's Health Journey said, it could also be that your body just doesn't like today's gluten. It's changed a lot over the last 100 years with advances in farming. Kind of like how people still are lactose intolerant, our bodies haven't caught up in the new way of eating. So not so much an allergy, but your body being stubborn and about change. And like that comment is very educational to me, right? And that's what I enjoy in the comment sections of my videos, is the conversation, the discussion that we can have, and what I learn from you guys, because this is a learning experience for me. Like I said, I'm never going to get on here and proclaim to be some kind of expert unless I go back to school and I get a medical degree, which is not happening anytime soon. I have no desire to do that. Or if I get like a fitness degree or something like that, or exercise science, and none of that is going to happen because that's not something I want to do, right? But I went down here, and there were a lot of positive ones on here too, so thank you so much. And I got this on my dieting and learning as I go, which I think was yesterday's video. I got this comment from Norma Jean Baker, Marilyn Monroe, and it says, there you go. Making up more excuses to the diet. In case you don't notice, you're setting yourself up to already fail. You're giving yourself that excuse to say, oh well, it's healthy, I can eat that. Again, you have a food addiction, and until you realize that, you won't make 180. You gave yourself till March 2018 to get down to 180, but you won't make it, and if you do, you will gain that shit back in 2 months. So Norma Jean, I wanted to just address this a little bit. Because these are the kind of comments that back in the day would have made me, I would have fed into it, like if a friend or a family member had said that to me, not just somebody behind a comment that has no picture of their true self or a real profile that it links to, because it's very easy to make comments like that when we don't know that person, right? What I would say to that is, I think I've mentioned in many of my videos, unless you haven't watched them, that I do believe that I'm a food addict. I believe I'm cross-addicted into all areas, whether that's food or shopping or whatever. You know, it can even be working out. It can even be writing, because I like write obsessively sometimes. So I totally own being a food addict, okay? And I've done whole videos about that. The other thing though is that I wanted to share a story with you. There was this older man, he was called an old timer when I first got sober, and he had about 35, 40 years. And when I would come into meetings, he would say to me, you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna be sober. And I would be like, okay. And he would be like, you're not serious about this. Like, you're just fooling yourself. You're in denial, blah, 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 whatever. And I'd be like, okay. And all it did in my head was make myself more want to go, I'm going to prove to this old shit that I'm going to make it, right? And 22 and a half years, I'm still sitting here sober. So I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was reverse psychology. I don't know if he was trying to, you know, like connect my denial. I do know that a lot of people, had they heard that in their first couple months of sobriety, would probably say, he's right, and just give up. But not me. I'm a fighter, baby, okay? And I ain't giving up because somebody wants to come in my comment section and doubt my progress or what I'm gonna do. And neither should you. So when a friend or a family worker or a coworker comes to you and they say things like, you know, like, you're not gonna do this, or you can't do that, or this isn't the right diet, because I mentioned this in another video, and somebody said to me, and I loved this comment, they said, just stick to what you're doing and don't listen to the outside commentary, because what you're doing will work if you stick to it. And I think that's the one thing that I've learned with dieting, okay? I've done every diet diet under the moon, right? And this is probably the one that I've done that is the closest to my heart, that is allowing me to like eat realistically out at restaurants, at home, with my husband. I'm not craving eating all day long. You know, it's just, I'm eating to live, not living to eat, and it's completely different for me. I've made a huge lifestyle change. I've made a huge healthy living change. And so, you know, like, I have to go with what is true to me. It may not work for you. Something completely different may work for you, and you may be doing Weight Watchers or the Atkins diet or low carb or whatever you're doing, and that's fantastic. But don't let other people put you down and tell you that you're not going to do it, because you can do it, okay? Stick to your guns, educate yourself, allow yourself to remain teachable, so when people want to teach you things about the diet that you're doing, you can go, oh, okay, so is that true? Or maybe that's me, or maybe I need to look into that. I think that's important. But stay true to who you are and what you know is going to work. And for me so far, having given up soda for water, staying a vegetarian, and eating under a certain amount of calories a day has worked fantastically for me. And it's not just in the weight that I've lost, it's how I feel every day that I wake up physically. So today, I'm having a great day. I'm very proud of myself. And going on, let's not let the Debbie Downers keep us down, all right? I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.